Alright, what's up YouTube? Vanguard here. It's actually been quite some time, but I figured I'd go ahead and profile gadgets from Chicago. So guys, remember, nlgtcg.com, do a lot of stuff with No Limit Gaming and so forth. So, let's dig into this. Now, I wasn't as particularly prepared as I wanted to be for the event. I did some semi-testing. Did some talking with Jeffrey Torres and Matt Nitzko about what they felt the appropriate choices were, because they talked with Volcanics the 2 weeks before, or actually a week before Chicago. So I had a little bit of an idea of some of the more anti-meta cards to consider. So yeah, let's dig into this. 2 reds, 2 yellows, and 2 greens. Still, it's not as good as I wish they were. I wish they were a little bit bigger, but they'll always be in our hearts. The Machina engine. So, having tested at least a little bit in the past, in the last all format, Fortress is a power card. One of the best. And one of the things I found when playing was most of my opponents couldn't handle a Fortress. Now, with Redox being banned, I decided to put back in my good friend Cannon here. I actually couldn't find my Mega Form for some reason. So, this card is horrible. I hate it, but I feel that you need to play it because it's an additional machine type named card. And the other downside to this is this card is dead, unlike Redox. I miss Redux really badly, as you guys can probably tell. So, there's that. 2 Goldfish and 1 Myramilio. Only 1 Myramilio. I'm only playing 1 Trap Tricks Travel. I know a lot of people were telling me to up it to 2. I felt indifferent about it. And 2 Goldfish. I don't like Kage Tokage at the moment. I think 3 Goldfish is cloggy as well. For this event, though, I went with 2 Trags. Now, you're probably like, why? My reasoning behind this was, it's a very stagnant metagame choice. It acts as a Kage Tokage and a 10 Goldfish on the passive. My opponent sees me past turn 1, and if I have nothing in grave, and they're playing Necros, I drop this at 3k. My opponent's not going to have an immediate answer to deal with it. That was one of the things that I really liked, because it was a turn 1 passive play, and then I can set my traps, you know, coming next turn up. So I think it worked really well. It was one of the things I liked a little bit more. I did get the chance to talk to the other gadget player. I think he ended up finishing X3 day 1, which is kind of sad. He was playing Fire and Ice Hands in his build, along with the Trap Tricks engine. So instead of playing the Machina stuff, just Dianea, Myramilio, and 2 of each of the hands, I believe it was. And I can see the key difference between our builds. But for a format where if I load something into my grave and I get blown out, I'd rather have the Trag earlier in the game to manipulate the plays and sit on a bigger beater and then go into my traps on the passive. It's more of an immediate answer as opposed to floating stuff. My spells, 2 dualities, 1 book, 1 Raigeki. This was it. It was all I played during the day. Pretty much no regrets. I love and hate duality. On a turn that I need to special summon, this card is horrible. On a first turn, not so bad, especially for getting into the gadgets a little bit earlier in the game. As for the traps, be prepared for some boring stuff here. Triple Mirror Force, pretty much it was just for the theory of the blowout against Quillfort, which weren't really a big deck there. 1 Warning, 1 Torrential, 1 Emptiness, 1 Convulse. Ring of Destruction, this card is MVP. I love this card. I hope it doesn't get banned again. It is anti-meta's best friend for chainable traps. Triple Mind Crush was the flow at the time of the format. Triple Fiendish Chain. Wasn't a big fan of Breakthrough Skill. I figured 3 chains was a better answer. 2 Calls, acting on the same theory as Deneb for the recruitability. Bottomless, and the Trap Tricks Trapple. So, there's the main deck. A lot of the stuff. Sorry, I can't explain much more. It just seemed good at the time. Extra deck, Rhapsody Berserk. Cowboy, Dweller, of course, Emerald for that Pot of Avarice that I miss, Exciting Knight, Double Castell for Massive Blowout, 106 Giant Hand, Diamond Dire, only 101, Tier Gugian X, Ragna, and then Dracosac Big Eye. Oh. These cards. We'll talk about these. So, every gadget player on the planet seems to think just because Machina, or our good friend Redox, is limited and gone now, that there's no reason not to play these. I actually made Big Eye and Dracosac. They won me games. This card against Necros, putting stuff on the board with traps to protect him, is actually really insane. It's something that I think a lot of people underestimate about this. It's a little bit harder to make now, but it's still there, and it's definitely something that's a threat. Same thing with Big Eye. So, yes, I understand that there are other Ring 4s that are decent. I just didn't feel that they were good for the event, sadly. So, side deck, 1 Thunder King Ryo. If you're not playing this and you're playing a Stunish deck, I don't know why you're not. 2 Maxis, hand traps, 2 Veilers for Trishula, triple MST because they're not in the main, Dimensional Fissure and Macrocosmos, 2 Imperial Iron Wall. At the time, Spirit Beast were actually a threat. That deck scares the shit out of me. I wanted something to handle the matchup. 2 Shadow Imprisoning Mirrors for Dolls. I take this up to 3, and 1 Soul Drain, kind of acting in the same regard. There, so I still might take the mirror up. I'm still kind of debating it, but it did its job. So this is what I've been testing at the moment. I know it's not the most spectacular build, but give me a little bit of time kind of getting back into the swing of things with gadgets. So guys, I wanted to say thanks to No Limit Gaming, always helping out where they can, the channel and stuff like that for you guys as well. So, alright guys, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think about the deck, and I'm out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please thumbs up this video to show your support. And please check out Vanguard 40 for Cardfight Vanguard, M-Kohl Games for miscellaneous trading card games, and No Limit Gaming for a brand new series of Yu-Gi-Oh videos. Thanks for watching.